everybody, my name is Pinky Slinky. Welcome back to another video. Today everybody, me and Gaming Fanatic is going to be making, me and him are going to be doing a scary story thing. So I'm going to put my phone up here and let's get to it. That's not going to work. Crap, I'm just going to have to hold it. You can't see Gaming Fanatic's face. You just put your knife. Okay. Go. You go first.
You go. All right. So this is a story that I kind of made up on the top of my head. So once upon a time, there was a family. A father, a mother.
I never heard this, by the way.
Son, a daughter, daughter's friend, and his girl, and the son's girlfriend. They went camping in the woods in Tennessee.
That's where we are.
Anyway.
Wait, there's no woods in there. Oh, on that big hills like ours?
They were on a hill, camping.
What's the hill's name?
I don't remember. Anyway, so
Hopefully
they were
it's
camping
not.
and they found this nice piece of land to camp at. There was a cliff 40 feet high. The boyfriend, or the oldest son, thought it would be awesome to go up there and see how cool it looked. There was a little pond at the bottom too. So they set up camps, father, mother, daughter and her friend, the boyfriend and his girlfriend had their own tent for special occasions. And the fire pit was in the middle. The water was right behind the girlfriend of the oldest son's camper. So the boyfriend walks up and looks down, and something out of nowhere pushes him into the water below. Luckily, it was 2 or 3 feet, so he didn't get that hurt.
2 or 3 feet, he'd get hurt. Rylan.
3 or 4 feet, so he didn't get hurt.
5 feet. He wouldn't get hurt. He would get hurt in 4 feet. Whatever. Just keep going.
It was a gouge type thing, so 3 or 4 feet going down, not around. Anyway, so
he'd still get hurt, but whatever.
They get everything set up, and that night, and they brought their dog too, so technically 7 people. That night, they start hearing the dog bark and bark and bark and bark. So the boyfriend, the oldest son, goes out with his knife that he brought with for catching fish and gutting them and putting them on their fireplace. He doesn't see anything. He tells the dog to shut up and goes back to sleep. So later that night, the daughter and her friend wake up because the dog was barking until 3 in the morning. That's when he stopped. It was 9 when he started. They got out of the camper and saw the dog was hung from its neck by its intestines. Its stomach was cut open. The intestines were ripped out, wrapped around the dog's neck, and hung off the cliff at 39 feet with a blade or something caught in it, and in blood on the wall said, "Get out of my woods." So the boyfriend, the oldest son or the boyfriend of the girl, didn't want his sisters and his parents to freak out too much. So he took his knife after his parents came out and he asked them what he should do. He goes up to the hill and starts cutting the intestine to get it down because it was really stuck in between 2 ledges, like squished in. Something again pushes him off the cliff once he gets the dog down. This time he isn't that lucky. He lands on the ground. He's not dead though. He's just hurt, except for his hand that lands in the water. But someone put these knife these sharp rocks in the water, 1 through his palm and 5 through his fingertips, slit in, so they're like in half. His fingertips are in half. They're gonna go, and the parents are gonna say that they were going to go get the truck and to take their son to the hospital. The parents go up there to start the truck, but they don't return. 2 hours pass. The son walks up. The parents aren't there, so he walks back down, and his sister and her friend finally fell back asleep. He says, "What's going on?" And his girlfriend says, "We'll just go to sleep and we'll take you to the hospital in the morning." Later that night, the son wakes up because he hears screaming. He gets out. His knife that he shoved into the log, a log that they cut down with his dad's chainsaw, is out of the thing. And there's a giant cut slit through the tent.
Of which one? Of which one?
The daughters. The
Daughters and
girls.
son.
The brother runs into the tent and says, "Is everything?" Oh no, his sister's missing. His friend is like this and her ears are bleeding. He moves her hands. One ear is chipped with a knife blade. He said, "What happened?" His sister's friend says, "A man shoved a knife through the tent, slit it in half into a triangle shape, grabbed your sister wearing a pig mask, ripped her out, and ran." And they went online to search up the area. There was an old serial killer that was killing around there named Henry. Henry died at 85. So, and he had a son, but he was caught and put into a nut house. So they were wondering who else could do this. It didn't say though that he had a wife or a daughter or anything or like that. So they're wondering who is this new killer. Do you see my hand?
No.
No. How about now?
It's pitch dark. Just keep going.
Alright, sorry. So
He's petting the dog like he's like one of those things that crushes a skull. Like those creepy things that crushes a cat. Anyway. Yeah.
So they go in the woods to find his sister because they saw footprints, boot prints, size 12 boot prints. So this guy's at least 6 feet tall.
He's as tall as you.
So they walk and walk and walk and walk until they come up to these 3 paths: middle, left, and right.
Enough! Stop bouncing.
They go to the one on left, but they stick together because the boyfriend is a horror movie person because he has a bunch of weapons.
He's like him.
He turned around and he said, "Come on, we gotta go grab some stuff just in case." He opens the box of his truck and he has guns and knives in there, which is usually illegal because they're not in cases. He pulls out a revolver, gives it to his girlfriend, takes out a shotgun, gives that to his girlfriend. He takes out a machete, puts that in this thing with his one hand because the other one's still shit up. He wraps it in this white gauze, black gauze actually. Takes out another knife, puts it in his thing, takes out a pistol, puts it in his pocket. He gives the youngest girl there a chainsaw. And for some reason, he gives her the chainsaw, and he grabs this like arm hook and puts it on over his hand. He says, "Just in case I need the chainsaw." he might do that Ash thing where he puts the chainsaw on his hand and, you know, uses his hand like a chainsaw.
Yeah.
So.
And it was actually. Was there a little place so he could hook it to
No.
hook the chainsaw?
So, they walk into the woods. They go to the left. There's his mother, naked, cut up, bite marks out of,
By a
missing,
dog.
and her legs, like, are in half.
Wait, am I right? By a dog?
No,
Bite marks?
human bite marks. They get out there because the boyfriend's about, the son is about to puke, because that's his mother. They go to the left. There's the father. Or right, there's the father. He's lying there, armless, headless, and no nuts. And he's naked also. There's blood everywhere. And on his body is a knife engraved, "Get out of my woods." The mother didn't have that. She had bite marks. So they go down the middle. They walk at least 10 or 20 miles. And there's a cabin. There's 3 cabins. They check the first one. There's nothing. They check the basement of the first one. There's nothing. They check the attic. There's nothing. They check the base. They go in the second one. There's nothing. They check the basement. There's nothing. They were about to check the attic when they thought they heard a noise coming from the third one. They go to the third one. Nothing. Basement. Nothing. Attic. Nothing. They're about to give up when they hear a scream coming from the second attic. Don't know why they didn't check the attic in the first place on the second one. Get out, go back in the second one, go in the attic. There's his sister, bleeding because her arms have been cut. Her clothes are ripped, like her sleeves are ripped. Her pants that she was wearing are ripped into like shorts, so they're here, like short shorts.
I like that.
She's only 12.
Ooh, I really like that.
Shut up. Or 8, sorry. Shut up. So
She's only 4 years younger.
So her brother runs over and tries and unties, cuts the ropes to get her off. She says, "Don't do that, or else you'll set it off." He says, "Set what off?" She grabs his knife, cuts the string as fast as she can, stabs her brother in the shoe, but luckily goes through his sock right before his web.
Like right here. Like right in the middle. Like here's his web. It went like right here, he says.
So
I can see because I'm right next to a light window.
Want to see me then?
No.
So there's this giant knife or blade, like one of those things that they used to do to dehead witches and stuff. Chops off her head. Her brother gets up and starts screaming because his sister's dead. Sit right back. So they get, and the little girl runs towards the wall, the back, and the brother thought she was gonna puke. He said, "Don't worry." She said, "I'm not worrying." She gets an evil look. You're the one that should be worried when my uncle gets here.
What was that? Never. I haven't heard this song. I can't remember. I thought I heard it. I can't remember.
They're freaking out.
I watched this movie though.
They said, "What do you mean, your uncle?" She said, "Oh, did I say my uncle? I meant my dad. My daddy." Now they're kind of confused, like, you just said your uncle, now your daddy, make up your fucking mind. In comes a guy, 6'5", so Jason's height, Jason Voorhees' height, wearing overalls and a pig mask, holding the boyfriend's knife, or the son's knife, the eldest son's knife.